So there was an episode in season 9 where Sam and Dean join a chastity group. It's a really good episode. And after a certain scene with Dean, Sam makes a comment after figuring things out that Dean crossed something or someone off of his bucket list. And since so many characters die on this show pretty much every season, if your characters, all of you, if you had a bucket list, what would be on it?
Oh God, if the characters had a bucket list? Oh, well, my bucket list is outrageous. My bucket list is 10 more Hall H's at Comic-Con. Amen.
What'd I do? My bucket list? Try not to die in season 10.
Good luck.
That directly conflicts with Jensen's bucket list, which is kill Mark Sheppard as soon as possible. Not Crowley, but Mark Sheppard.
I'm talking to my friend, don't worry.
Does Castiel have a bucket list?
I really don't think he does. But maybe I should defer to you on this, Jeremy. I think Castiel this season, number one, there's the search for Dean and there's staying alive. Yeah, right? Bucket list for Cass is staying alive. It's very simple.
So the bucket list is don't kick the bucket.
Don't ever get to the point where you
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Who did you come as?
Costume didn't really work out. I kind of gave up.
I like that you had to check your...
Yeah, didn't work out.
It's supposed to be Crowley.
Thank you. Why is he supposed to be me?
Genius.
Okay, I was wondering whether we can expect any female series regulars in that.
Yeah, where's Felicia? That's right, Deacon.
Not to get technical, but series regular is sort of like a technical term in terms of, but you can expect a very healthy dose of new and returning, very strong, very powerful female characters this season.
If I'm not stepping over my boundaries here, and hopefully I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to, but I think the network and studio both agreed that Crowley is ambiguous enough that he could be a she.
I'm good with that.
Thank you. Now what is that? Which costume is that? Yes?
My shirt's kind of see-through.
So that's just her blanket.
That's great. So you went to all the trouble of getting ready and getting dressed and then stand up in front of 6,000 people.
Time to pack a blanket, but not the time to see your see-through shirt. Blanket, check. Shirt, not gonna worry about it just yet.
So my question is, what are the physical challenges you had to face when going through a fight sequence? Just like in any episode.
What are the physical challenges? Not getting hurt.
Yeah, they're a lot more time intensive than you realize. And if there's a sequence, say when we did like Ghost Facers, or when there's something that so those fight sequences are much easier to film because it takes place via one camera as opposed to like if it's a fight on a security camera, then you only really have to do the fight once because you only see it from the security footage. But if you're doing a fight scene that's covered at the wazoo, then a 10-15 second fight scene can take 12 hours to shoot. And you're doing it over and over and over and over again, and you're sweating and you're nasty and you're tired and yeah.
It's the same in love scene, right?
It's getting warm in here.
Jeremy.
May I borrow your shirt?
It's the same as the love scenes, right? They can
Same as the love scenes.
Same as
the
the
security footage love scenes are much better.
Speaking of fights, it just reminded me that this past week on Tuesday, Dean, this is all Demon Dean, fought and killed a guy. On Wednesday, beat a guy close to death, and then on Thursday, beat a guy and then also killed another guy.
And what is failing to mention is that Jensen wasn't on set any of those days. This is Demon Dean.
Stunt double.
Yeah. This is method acting.
No, actually, no stunt doubles were needed, and it was. I was like, this is awesome. I was having a great week because all of my anger and frustrations got taken out on set. The stunt guys were a little upset. One guy was 6 months, brand new to the stunt thing, literally fresh off the boat. He was from England. His name was Stu. And he's just gotten to Vancouver like 6 months ago, and this was his first gig. And I kid you not, I propellered him like off his feet and into a full shelving unit. And then he landed on his head, and I pick him up and then just started beating the tar out of him. And he
like,
took,
cut.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah. And he took it like a champ. He got up and he's like, no, I'm fine. Like, oh my gosh, man, are you okay?
This is how we do in Canada. Yeah, the stunt guys are amazing. I mean, they take some of the hits that those guys have taken are unbelievable, and they always bounce back up. I mean, it's pretty much there can be bones sticking out of their leg, and they're like, hey,
I'm good.
I'm good. You want to go again?
Yeah. I've always had this. Let's go again. Jeez.
But anyway, you were asking about the physical toll. Luckily, we have those guys that if there's anything truly heavily dangerous or demanding, then they are kind of required to take over for us so that we don't injure ourselves like some people do when they're doing stunts. But for the most part, he and I try and do as much as they will let us do, which is a significant amount. And it's, go home with bumps and bruises and sore muscles the next day, but it's all kind of part of it.
Thank you.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Who'd you come as?
We were gonna do a costume, but that girl in the blanket was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. So
I'm just gonna go with a see-through shirt.
yeah.
It's working for me today.
It's contagious.
She's a real wet blanket.
Straight under the bus.
Okay, so my question.
Wow, that was cold. That was really cold.
Sorry, I'm like.
One perfect tear.
Okay, so my question is, I know you guys, obviously, you have.
That's not a question.
Are you gonna let me ask my question?
This is my 6th season. This is my 6th season, and I still can't get an answer out of it.
Sorry.
Well, my question is, I know you guys. It's not a question.
I was gonna finish.
All right, let's hear it.
I was just wondering if any of you did any pranks this season, because I know you guys like to do them sometimes. Sorry.
I don't think we had a chance yet. We're still just what?
I was a little, not concerned. Concerned is the wrong word. But
Aware.
No, it was just, there was a part of me that thought that Misha might try to do something to me while I was directing. And then I was like, he's not that dumb.
You know what? I apologize. I really did drop the ball on that. I'll get you.
It's too late, man. I'm done directing.
That's all right. Just because you're not directing doesn't mean you can't be screwed over.
I don't want to be between this.
So to answer your question, no. I mean, we're only an episode and a half into the season, so give it time. It'll happen.
Maybe in 4 or 5 months.
And now Mark's around a lot more, so ole.
Do your wings telescope? Do your wings do the thing?
No, they don't move.
That's all right. They're still cool. They're still cool. That works. That works.
Who did you come as?
Okay, so my question is for Jensen, Jared, Misha, and Mark.
if your characters have...
That's lucky.
So everybody but Jeremy.
Sorry. So if your characters had dating profiles, what would they say?
Sam's would be really difficult. It'd be like Sam Winchester, tall, floppy hair, all past girlfriends have died horribly.
And tall.
Tall.
Again, twice.
Call if you're interested. But be prepared to sign an affidavit.
I think Castiels would have to say something about his disrespect for people's personal space, in full disclosure, because I think that could be a real turn off on a first date, you know? So, tell me about yourself.
You should be something like a disclaimer being like, if I look away, it's not because I'm not interested. He's always... Dean's would be rolling through town, no strings attached, interested. Similar to my personal one.
Must love dogs.
Must love dogs. That's bad. I don't mind it, me. Hello, girls. Or, hello, boys. Love you too. That was a little deep for my liking, but I'll take all the love I can get. Jeremy, what would you write? What would your dating profile be? Come on, you have to do it.
I wasn't asked, Mark.
I'm asking you now.
Will you please ask Jeremy what his dating
Yeah,
profile is?
ask him.
No, I think our time is up.
Jeremy, what would their dating profile be?
He's dating profile.
Or yours?
Well, I'm really glad you asked. I don't know. I don't have booty will travel. I don't know.
Booty will travel.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
That's why he writes.
Hold on, I feel a kiss coming on.
That's awesome.
I feel a kiss coming on, definitely.
You know, I know it's not real, and I still have beard envy.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Your voice is much higher than Jim Neighbors.
Hello, boys.
Hello. Idiots.
You idiots. I was wondering, how have your beliefs changed since before you started Supernatural and after? Right now.
Right now.
Right now. You reckon?
Spot on.
Thank you, sir. Regarding supernatural activities.
Okay. Because of the show, you mean?
Yes.
You know what? I've actually become, strangely, I don't know if it's a product of growing older or whatever, but I've actually grown sort of less fond of the supernatural.
Less fond of, or less?
You like the show less?
No. Less,
You're fired too.
less,
Who's this Les Fonda guy?
less fond. No, it's about less. My buddy less. No, I mean,
And
less,
playing
less.
the role of Sam Winchester in season 10. Let's bring him out.
I'm less willing to believe that there is supernatural out there. If that makes any sense. I feel like we've done so much. Maybe the ghosts have seen our show and they just stay away from us. But I've been waiting. I think since the show started filming, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna really pay attention to see if something crazy and paranormal, supernatural happens, so I can tell everybody. And nothing's happened. So, one perfect year.
I've always kind of said since the beginning that I'm not I'm more of a realist when it comes to things that go bump in the night. I assume that it's a window and not a ghost. But now, after being on the show for 10 years, it better not be a ghost, because I'm going to kill it. So I think it's kind of a false sense of security that I've been given playing Dean Winchester for 9 seasons is that, yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, no, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV, so let me suture you up. It's kind of like that.
Which brings back to the last question about dating profiles, because like, Jeremy Carver, let's go bump in the night. It's his dating profile. What? Does he write stuff about this? Go bump in the night? Do you hear about the new movie Constipation?
There you go. See, you bring it back, now it's funny. Thanks.
Thank you.
I think we got time for one last question. But we'll have to do this again next year, right?
So, first of all, Jared, I need to tell you, my sister and I are like long-time fans of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, you hear that?
What a great last question to the Supernatural panel. Let's talk about Gilmore Girls.
The original Dean.
In fact, Mark, I know exactly the scene your dad is in. It's when Luke is trying to get the Twickham house from
That's awesome.
So my question is, compared to something like that, Supernatural is a much more masculine show. Do you find that you guys have been like typecast as manly men now? Does that affect the kinds of roles?
Well, that's a great question. I think, you know what I personally find is that though it is more masculine and that the leads are guys instead of girls, essentially, it's still about the vulnerability that's common to both sexes. You know what I mean? Like it's not about being girly or manly. It's more about just these human beings more than they're guys or they're girls who are going through life. And I think I've cried a lot more on Supernatural than I have been on Gilmore Girls. And I think Jensen can say the same. Though we did a lot of crying on Days of Our Lives.
And that was off camera.
That was off camera. But that's one of the great things about Supernatural, about the show, to kind of bring it back, is that under this guise of 2 guys going out and being badass and an angel and yada yada.
Yada yada?
I was hoping you'd come onto that. No, but there's still a lot of vulnerability. There's still a lot of emotion, which is nice to have you guys allow us to do.
Thanks for coming, Hall H.